Yes, that's right. We are back talking about the locker again because Epic Games is working on an update for the locker, and that's been leaked. We're going to take a look at the updated locker, supposedly worked on updated locker, and we're going to give our thoughts on it. I'm going to give my opinion, and I would love to know what you guys think about it because we're going to be taking a look at some top replies to it, what people had to say. We're going to be talking about all of it today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you were new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's take a look at this post over from Hypex, and you're getting a little bit of a different style video today, kind of how I do it on my other channels, because I feel like there's going to be a point where we're going to be scrolling through this video, and so it's a lot easier to edit instead of just having this over some gameplay. But let's take a look at the new locker update in the works, still in early development, so maybe for Chapter 6. Let's take a look at what Hybrid had to say. I'll maximize this for you because my face cam doesn't really cover much. Never mind. This is what you're getting. Okay, so you can see that what my initial reaction was, I don't really understand what's different besides just being able to scroll. That seems to be the update. I hope this is just the early part of it, because Hypex did say, and this is why I don't think that people should be that bent out of shape, because it's still in early development. So you can see that this is a little pop-out menu, which changed a little bit. And what I'm really hoping for is that, hang on, all of these are into one preset, but we don't really have a reason to believe that or a reason to kind of think that's the case. But the problem is, I don't know if we can see any presets below it, right? I don't know. So this could be just mixing everything into one. If that's the case, I don't care what the UI looks like. As long as I can do that, I am totally okay with it. But you can't see any presets really anywhere, right? So I don't know. That's the weird thing about it. It's still in early development. It's a little bit difficult to just kind of gauge around right here. Like I said, there's not a lot to break down with this, but let's take a look at what a bunch of the people in the community had to say. Starting off with Loot Station, what's different? That's kind of my reaction to it. And I really, really hope this isn't exactly what you can do. You can just scroll down to the next selection instead of clicking the buttons on the side. I hope that's not the only change. I hope they completely revamp the locker, because in Chapter 6, if the locker's not fixed, it's going to really, really disappoint me as a player. I can deal with it for the whole chapter, but if it's still like this in Chapter 6, man, I'm going to be really, really sad for this game. Now, Midas, a username by MidasOW2, also had something to say about the situation. Separating skins and emotes and wraps was the worst idea they've ever had. I unfortunately agree with this. And then somebody said, how? Can't match my wraps to the skins. I just put on a random and haven't looked at it in months. That's where I'm at. I don't change anything. And I know that there are people who have gotten used to the locker, but I've gotten used to the locker as well. It was a little bit of a work in progress to kind of get used to, but the problem is I just hate it. I hate it, and I love this game. So many people constantly talk to me, and like in the comments down below, talking about how much I always praise Epic Games blindly, which isn't the case, first of all, but I always like to say, if I have a problem with something in Fortnite, then it's actually a serious, serious problem, because I love so much about the game, and I love what they do. Atlas Creative has this to say, like, if you always forget to change your wraps to match your skin. Now, I would love to know if Epic Games is still selling wraps, or they must be, because if they were seeing a loss of profit, they would definitely have jumped on it to fix it. But then again, maybe they were making enough money or they didn't care. I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm just coping. Anyways, let's take a look at another reply over on Twitter over here. Maroof had this to say, Epic deserves all of the awards for being innovative enough to find a way to make some of the worst crap they have thought of even worse. Yes, I get it's a work in progress, but bruh, just Control Z that and give us back the last major locker update. It was fine. Yeah, I've never understood why Epic Games just feels the need to change things just for the sake of change. Like, the last locker was quite literally perfect. It was perfect. The one before Chapter 5. And I don't even care. Like, I'll deal with the Chapter 5 way of doing things. I'll deal with the UI. Literally, all I want is to be able to mix everything together into one preset. Everything. Like, the wraps at the very least. I love this company. I love the people that work for them. I have a lot of respect for everything that they do. And I always talk about how the devs, I can't imagine how hard it must be developing a game like Fortnite. But there really is no excuse for the locker, and I don't know what else to say besides it's just dumb. The whole system is dumb. Like, I feel like I could have given this to a kid, and they would have done a better job. I'm, like, being serious when I say that. That's the problem. Let's keep going over to Restro. Bringing my Fortnite locker UI concept back into your timelines, because for real, they all got to do with the locker, and it would be a lot better. Like, this is really good. I like the preset name. I've actually never seen this. So you have the Restro over here. You have just a little bit of a reworked version. This is, of course, what they used to be. And then you have this whole thing on the side here. I think this is perfect. Why can't we have this as a normal preset? That'd be nice. And everybody on Twitter, everybody who likes to make Fortnite concepts, anybody can just make better changes to this game in the locker UI system than Epic Games can make, which is very strange to me. Leo had this to say. They're just now working on it. This is what I was thinking about, to be honest, because this is the old tweet from Fortnite. If you guys haven't seen it, we've heard the feedback on the locker UI, and this is at the beginning of Chapter 5, and can confirm we're working on it. You can expect to see more improvements and design evolution rolled out over the next few updates. And this was done December 19th, 2023 from Earth. That's crazy, dude. It took them that long. It's not shocking that they're working on it for Chapter 6, but man, like, this better be a significant update if we're waiting that long. You would think that Epic Games would want everybody to use their cosmetics, but maybe actually all they do care about is the sale. But I'm shocked that what I'm shocked about is how they haven't seen a decline in sales. Like, I hate it. I haven't been buying stuff. I only buy stuff that I really, 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 really like, and I used to just spend money on this game going, hey, that's pretty cool. I'll get it. It's shocking to me that Epic Games hasn't been seeing a loss of profit, because, you know, if they did see a significant loss in profit, they'd be changing things. Caddis the Best had this to say: I hope Epic takes note of people's reaction to this. This isn't better. This is just slightly changing what we've been dealing with. This is another issue, is that this community makes a big situation out of nothing so often that Epic Games probably won't listen. Well, they do at this point, but, like, I wouldn't blame them if they just, oh my god, the player base never happy, they're complaining again. It wouldn't shock me at this point if that was Epic Games' reaction, because this community, like, Epic Games could, I don't know, like, throw out a water bottle in the garbage can, and then people will be making a big deal about it and say that Fortnite's dying. Like, one employee didn't recycle, and then all of a sudden the downfall of Fortnite's over here. That's what this community makes a big deal. They make a big deal out of nothing all of the time. And don't take me out of context over here and say that I don't care about the environment or anything like that. It was a bad thing. I'm just trying to think of the most useless thing I can think of. I'm making that worse. You get what I'm saying? An Epic Games employee could, like, trip and fall, and then they'll be like, oh my god, the state of the workers at this company. You guys get the point that I'm saying. I don't think that was a very good comparison. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. I hate saying bad things about this company and the developers. I hate saying bad things because they've created such an amazing thing. But how is a company that has made such amazing things throughout the entire, 8 years that we've been playing this game, how have they been making the locker and the UI worse each time? How can everybody online come up with better concepts? Like, it doesn't even have to be good. Like I said, you could just make the same thing like that you have right now. Just let me combine them all into one. I'll deal with the poor UI. I don't care. Just let me put my stuff together. Happy Power also had something to say. Every locker update makes it feel more and more confusing, bruh. Why does it need to include so much? Simpler is better. I don't even, you know what? I don't even need the simpler is better thing. I understand that argument, but I don't even need to hear it. Just let me combine everything. That's all I want. It's not difficult to ask. Even if you want to make it an option. A toggle thing. You want the locker now, or do you want the locker of old? And I'm someone who always says, like, no, we can't just have everything OG. But Chapter 1's UI was so good. Chapter 2's UI was good. Chapter 3's UI, we're getting late. Chapter 2 is when we were going downhill a little bit, but at least with Chapter 3 and 4, like, it was usable, man. Oh my god, let's take a look at this over again, because I don't think there's anything really different about it. The only thing different about it is really the scrolling, right? Because we have the new locker over here. Yeah. Did they just... Is that all they did? Did they just made it all so you have to scroll and you have to click a little bit less buttons? Watch Epic Games be like, wow, we actually did it for you guys. There you go. You asked... you asked for the locker change. We delivered. Like, could you imagine? You know what I think about, too? Because I make a lot of videos talking about the locker and complaining about the locker of Epic Games. And I think that's the only thing that I actively complain about when it comes to Fortnite. I love the game regardless. Like, I've talked about my issues with Chapter 5, of course, but I always say, like, I love this game and I'm enjoying myself. Could you imagine that I finally have Epic Games employees watching my videos, and this is the one they come across? Anyone talking about the locker, and this is like, it's dumb. Whoever made this is dumb. After all of the good things that I've said about them in the past, could you imagine? And they're like, you know what? This Clen guy, out of here. You're never coming to FNCS or anything like that. I think that'd be pretty funny, personally. Not really, but I think it'd be interesting. So I don't think there's anything really to change over here. Yeah... It's just a scroll. But the thing that I'm holding out hope for, and it's cut off a little bit, but the thing that I'm holding out hope for is that I don't see any presets down there. But then again, would the presets still show up? I don't know. Because they'd have to be somewhere. But again, it's not worth getting bent out of shape, like I said at the beginning of the video, because this is still in early development. I'm recording this on October 5th. They have lots of time to change it. They have lots of time to update it. Hopefully... they listened a little bit, and I always say don't listen to the community, but Epic Games, this is something you need to listen to the community to. I'm gonna call the video. My dog started barking. Thank you for being here, everybody. If you want to hear me complain about the locker even more, check out this video on screen right now, guys. I will see you over there or in the next video. Take care.